If you'd like to see how I made this quick and easy balsamic honey garlic glazed chicken, please keep watching. Hey everyone, so in order to make this recipe, we're just going to get some chicken wings, sorry. So you're just going to use whatever amount of chicken wings that you would like to use. And I did pre-wash this with water and vinegar, so just make sure you do wash all your meats before you start cooking. And for this, we're just going to use some adobo, some garlic powder, chicken and poultry seasoning, some black pepper, some paprika, and some garlic powder. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of all the seasonings that we have here. And you just want to do this by eye. If you have a lot of chicken, then you're just going to want to put a little bit more seasoning than you would if you have a little bit of chicken. So this we're just all doing by eye. So after we do add all the seasonings to the chicken, then we're just going to rub it up and make sure everything is coated, and we're just going to use up clean hands. So I basically saw that I just needed a little bit more seasoning after I did rub it, and I just added a little bit more, rub it together, and you can just put it in the fridge for about an hour or two before you start. So now that our chicken is marinating in the fridge, we're just going to make our glaze for the chicken. So all the ingredients, they're going to be directly in the description box. But for this recipe, we're going to use some honey, a couple tablespoons of the balsamic glaze. I did get that from Amazon, so I will put the link in the description box as well to where you can get it. And I'm also adding some minced garlic to this recipe. Next, we're gonna add some garlic powder and then some salt. And then after that, I'm just gonna mix everything together. And then I'm going to add some water as well, and then mix that together. And just make sure you're not over mixing it so it pours over on the counter. And then after that, then the glaze part is finished. So now that our glaze is all mixed, now we're just going to air fry the chicken. So I'm using an air fryer. You can use whatever air fryer that you have, but this is the air fryer that I'm using. And I really like this one just because it's pretty big and it holds a lot, and you don't have to flip this after it finishes, just because there's room for the air to move around while it's air frying in the air fryer. So I forgot to, I don't have a cooking oil spray. So if you do have a cooking oil spray, I do recommend that you spray the grill directly, but I don't. So that's why I took the chicken off and I added some olive oil to the chicken, and then I'm putting it on the rack. So just make sure you do that. So after it's on the rack, so I'm going to put it on 380 degrees for about 20 minutes. And I'm just pressing the chicken setting and just letting it cook for that period of time. So it's been about 20 minutes and the chicken is finished. So I'm just taking it out of the air fryer and I'm just putting it into a bowl because we are going to put this on the stove next and to add the glaze to it. So just take out all your chicken at this moment, and don't forget to soak your grill so it doesn't stick. So now we're just going to get a big enough frying pan, and this is the grease from the bottom of the air fryer. So I'm just adding all of that to the glaze, and it does have a lot of flavor, and that's why I'm just adding all of that. So next I'm just going to add the glaze to the frying pan, and then after I add it to the frying pan, I'm just going to let it reduce a little bit, and after it reduces a little bit, it's going to look like this. So it's looking good now. It reduced a lot, and then I'm just going to add the chicken into the pot now. So I'm just going to add everything at once, and now I'm just going to cover all the chicken with that glaze. And once all the chicken is covered with the glaze, then I'm just going to show you how it looks. And this is how it's looking. So it's looking great, and everything is basically coated. So then I'm just going to take the chicken out of the pot, and I'm going to put it into a bowl and show you what to do next. So now I'm just going to add the chicken to a container, and as you can see, this took literally less than 25 minutes. If you want something quick and easy to make that just has a lot of flavor, you can just make this recipe. It's not going to take a long time. And if you don't have an air fryer, you definitely don't have to use an air fryer at all. You can definitely bake it in the oven, and if you don't want to bake it, you can also fry this. You don't have to put any coating on it. Just after you season it, after it's marinated in the fridge, you can just literally fry it and then do the same steps I did after. So now I've added everything to my container, and I'm just adding the remaining glaze on top of the chicken. And then after that, I'm just going to decorate it with some sesame seeds. This is definitely optional. It's definitely not for taste or any type of flavor. I'm just going to add some of the sesame seeds to this right now just for decoration purposes. But you definitely do not have to do this.